like, it's not working. Like, it's not letting me use the channels. It's not recognizing anything. So I uninstalled it, and I was in the middle of like trying to reinstall it and reconfigure it when I told you or when you get this thing started. So let's see. Alright. Tweets up there.
Yeah, see, we should just stream the international, the Dota thing. Just talk over that like we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I get the views. I've watched enough Dota to know that I don't know what to say, how to talk about Dota.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've seen it enough that I know I don't also want to talk about Dota. So
yeah, I don't. I feel it fascinates me in a weird way because I don't want to play it. I think it just fascinates. I think it's just because I'm trying to figure out how it works, and it's there's a lot going on in that game.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like Giant Bomb's been doing a start of the series where they're doing they have 2 fans on staff of the game, 2 big fans of it, so they were doing the all hero challenge, which is you have to win a game with every hero in the game.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, they do. And it's like I watch it and I literally most of the time I have no idea what's going on. It's just
I watched enough of it that I was like, this isn't for me. So, all right, we'll go normal to start with there.
Ragnite, a mysterious ore that emits an azure glow. It contains a magical energy known as mind.
So, do you want to skip this bullshit?
Its discovery brought prosperity to
Because
the
God, I'm
masses,
sure this is
thanks to a
fascinating and all,
select
but
few who could wield its power through alchemy.
I mean,
In due time, the mana engine, an alchemic device that uses Ragnite as fuel, was invented in
I answered the question for you.
yeah. What are we doing, Jason?
Well, we're playing Valkyria Revolution because Final Fantasy 15's multiplayer thing doesn't want to work. So.
the kingdom of justice.
Oh, sweet God.
So this is a real-time strategy game, right, Jason?
I wish.
Yeah, or a strategic
Strategic action game?
Or a SRPG.
Actually, from what I've heard, it's actually more of a Muso game.
Great. I love those. Yeah.
You know that now loading in the bottom there actually kind of looks like Tactics Ogre's now loading.
Oh boy, we can talk about more Tactics Ogre.
Yeah, we sure could.
October
Yeah.
4th, 1850.
Hey, at least that one worked.
EC.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jason. We're playing Valkyria Revolution like we planned on doing.
Yeah, from the beginning. That's exactly right. Man, this is like PS2 level hair.
The region of Molda, where we stand now,
Yeah, this
became
is
the
like
first
PS2
battleground
level.
in the war between Jutland and Rus.
I'll give it early PS3.
You're being generous, aren't you?
Yeah. Like this.
Jutland's
What is this?
anti-Valkyria
Is it supposed
squad
to be cell shaded?
challenged the Rusi Empire.
Shells. Let's go with shell because it's like clay and
And their commanding
Cell.
officer,
Oh, that was clever.
Hamlet Broncaire, was one of the traitors.
All right, time to.
holy God, these
tactically
load
move your-
times are awful. It's like PS2 level loading times too.
Alright, time to tactically move you people around this map.
Hey, Helena. That racket you've been making is getting on my nerves.
Yes, it is.
I'm just, trembling with excitement.
Looks like we've got a tough one over.
Okay. Ugh.
Oh my god.
I had such middling hopes for this.
Yeah, but you see, like, people talk about not liking anime.
Gee, I can't understand why.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is.
I will never understand why people don't like anime. I mean, it's all so wonderful. Oh, God.
I'm definitely a fair weather anime fan.
Oh, good. Finally. Okay, we get to play this thing now. Oh, God.
All right.
Okay, so basically I'm gonna go and beat up people. Okay.
I have a soft spot for shonen anime, actually. Speaking of, I like anime fights. All right,
Let's do this.
let's go.
Oh.
Let's go hit a bunch of dudes,
This should be easy.
and
Oh,
then
it-
move to the next area and do it again.
End this. All right.
Battle Pal. Oh, God. Okay, well. Oh, interesting. I doubt I'm gonna use that stuff. Okay. We'll just... Oh, my God!
I can't tell if this stream, but this looks really like it's like a weird haze.
I don't know. I think it might just be the game. It doesn't look great here either.
Who's next?
Wow, this is not good.
A lot of tutorials for hitting kicks for the 2 times you hit those people. That is an anime-ass sword too.
Yep. Nice, nice movements too. Nice animation. Just, boy, yeah. It sort of looks like it. Looks like you'd find that in like PSO.
They bring out the big...
Oh, shut up,
Yeah,
God.
This- Alright, fight this.
Here
I'm gonna
comes
fight
the
this
monster.
magic armor.
Basically fighting Magitech armor.
Begin the lesson.
Who's next?
Begin the lesson.
Watch out! It's hot. Oh, God, this is awful.
Who's next?
Oh, this can't possibly get old. Just these anime as hell characters repeating the same stupid lines over and over.
Okay, Jason, I have a question.
Yes.
This is more of a broad Muso question.
Sure.
What is it about these games that when you find a quote unquote good one? I'm not sure what those are.
So they finally
am I
taken
saying?
the
I'm not gonna
bait.
say. I don't know what the good ones are.
Runner,
What separates
send
a
word
good
to the
one
motherland.
from this one?
Everything's proceeding according to His Imperial Majesty's
Well,
desire.
okay. Do you understand right now how many cutscenes are going on in this one?
Several opinions about how the war
Okay. Well, most good Muso games don't have this many cutscenes. There's a better feel to them. Animation's typically a little bit more developed, I'd say. And normally, like, the reason why I like the Gundam ones is they're fast, and you can get through most of those missions in at most 10 minutes. And you can skip all the story stuff if you really want to, and just plow right through it, and it's just like, oh, this is fun. It's kind of mindless.
So you like, you like
are they like is it like a short time game for you? Is that how you kind of treat them? Like
explain short time game.
Like, I mean, originally short time games were generally considered like phone games that you would play really quick, but
Honestly,
this is like just a game like you sit down for like 20. You gotta kill 20 minutes. I'll do a couple missions on this. Is that how you treat these games, or?
No, really, it just kind of becomes a mood for me. Like, I'm looking for something mindless. Like, you've seen, like, sort of my taste in games typically kind of goes very systems heavy, right? Like Tactics Ogre,
yes.
Claudine Returns are very systems heavy. And playing something like that, or this, is kind of mindless, lets me turn up my brain, and I don't really have to pay attention to the story. I can turn on a podcast and listen to it, instead of like paying attention to the game for the most part. So I think that's kind of what it is.
That's a podcast game for you.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I have those every now and then. Like that's kind of what I liked about Final Fantasy 15, a game we were trying to get some stuff going with earlier, but couldn't. But a lot of the structure of that game is a lot of downtime.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of relaxing in a way. You know, it does not require much of you in most of that game.
No problem, Godot? No. The princess
to
just
enjoy it. So I can respect that. And then Splatoon is a game I've been playing recently with 3-minute matches, and you can spend a whole match and not really interact against fighting the other team in any way. You just keep painting everything, and that's kind of relaxing in its own way. I just want to paint for a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
And then I think what will separate some of them is... Oh, jeez, what the hell? Oh my god. I'm trying to think. Because I've never really thought about like what really makes a decent Musou game versus what makes a bad one. But like, it's sort of like those things, like I know when I see one. This one is not a good one. It's just, a lot of it just has to do with the way it feels, and you can tell how much money they put into the animation, and there's not a lot in this one, clearly.
It's like really small like enemy groups in this too. Like, maybe that's just this mission, but that's really odd for this genre.
Well, and especially at normal, like I'm wiping off everybody with one hit.
Yeah, I feel like a staple of this genre. It's kind of like the thing about this genre is killing hordes of similar-looking enemies constantly.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of like the satisfaction in just kind of wiping through it. It's kind of like the most interactive form of a clicker.
Yeah. I think the other thing that helps with that is you constantly are going forward and moving, whereas like this, I'm sure you've noticed, you play for seconds at a time.
Yeah.
And then you get back into the action.
Maybe that's just an opening mission is like this. I've not looked. I haven't read any. I've seen reviews of this game. I've read some stuff, but I'm not aware if this is like a common theme throughout the game.
Yeah. Yeah, this
This steampunk dragon thing.
Yeah, see, like I wasn't much on the Berserk game, but the Berserk game is so much better than this. I mean, it feels better. And I think my big problem with the Berserk game was, like, what Berserk is, I suppose, and kind of what makes me interested in Berserk isn't really what the Musou game like strengths kind of play out to.
I actually almost I found Berserk. I got a Funimation subscription, so I wanted to watch My Hero Academia. And they
Yeah.
They do simulcast on there with no ads and whatnot. Great show, by the way. I don't know if you've seen that show at all. It's fantastic.
No. My anime intake's extremely limited just because it was a lot heavier when, well, you know, I was probably like your age. Like I would watch
like
more anime.
My age is like the most prime anime. Like the early 20s is like when anime was
yeah.
interesting, I'd assume. or like the college years, early 20s.
Yeah.
But
when you have a little bit more free time, I suppose.
yeah, and although I'm almost in my mid 20s.
I mean, I was into anime probably into my mid 20s, maybe even late 20s, and then it sort of fell
I also
off.
go through phases. Like I hadn't watched any for like over a year. Or I really had any interest in watching any for a while. Then my friend got me to watch One Punch Man, which is pretty good. Some of the best animation I've seen in the show.
Yeah.
In a long time. It's a gorgeous show. It's a good parody of action animes, shonen animes. But My Hero Academia is really good. It's like anime X-Men.
I've heard about it at least, so I mean,
Yeah, it's a really well done shonen. Like it's still very much a shonen, but its characters have more depth than your typical ones. The supporting characters have more depth than they typically do, and the main character is much less of an annoying character. He's actually one of the better characters in the show. It's kind of rare for that genre.
It's one of those or like the overall premise of it is like in a world full of superheroes, this guy wants to be a hero without any powers, basically.
Yeah, but he does end up getting powers. That's kind of like an early plot point. But
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of stand out in a world where everyone is special, really. So.
Okay, so real quick, I don't know if it's popped up in the stream yet. Check out my rank. We have been mindlessly doing nothing with this, and I have not paid attention to a single thing the tutorial taught me.
That time looks. I mean, Jason, that time is rough. Come on, man. 5:38.
Felt like a long 5 minutes playing this.
This is yeah, that really didn't feel like it was 5 minutes. I wonder if they didn't count cutscene time.
Maybe? I don't know. I mean, we skipped through those cutscenes. Maybe if they don't include loading times, it's 5 minutes.
Yeah. What I was gonna get at before I got tangent was gonna be, and then I got to a different tangent. I saw Berserk on the Funimation app, and I've never watched Berserk before.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just curious. Do you think it is a show that holds up? I've always been curious about it because it seems kind of up my alley.
You're watching the one that came out in like the late 90s, maybe? Early 2000s? Not the most recent one, not the one that came out like this last year, right?
Lost your mind?
It looked. I have not watched any of it. The animation looked pretty modern-ish. It didn't necessarily. I don't know if it was the original '90s run or if it was a more recent take on it. I cannot tell you.
Oh, okay. Because it would look a little bit more like washed out, I suppose.
Yeah, I can just check really quick.
I honestly, like, either way, like, I just watched that again. Let's say a few months ago. I've watched it within the last year, and yeah, I think that one it suffers from some of the animation things of its era, where covering their mouths or whatever, so they don't actually have to animate them moving or whatever. Like because of the nature of being a serialized thing on TV, they took some shortcuts with the animation. But for the most part, like the overall story and everything, yeah, I think it holds up. They cut out some stuff too, through in Guts' past.
Things in that game, show
series, basically.
Yeah, on the darker side.
Yeah, I just started reading the manga actually, and yeah, the manga's a little bit darker than what I was used to from the anime. So
yeah, this looks like this is the 2016. This is the last year show.
Oh, okay, that's okay. A lot of people shit on it. I don't think it's years ago. It was probably the better one to watch, or at least the one I watched like 15 years ago.
Okay, I will look into that. I think the next anime I'm going to get into is I'm going to watch Hunter x Hunter finally. I've heard a lot of people are trying to get me to watch that for a long time, so I'm going to give that a go. That seems up my alley too. It's up my alley too.
I've been kind of wanting to watch
watched,
Boogie Pop Phantom again.
Okay.
It's good to be
I
back
watched,
in our palace.
what animes have I think I watched, yeah, I watched the Gundam 8th MS Team recently.
Mm-hmm.
And, I have not watched many Gundam series. But, this one it's pretty good. Like, I think, I've heard it praised a lot. Because it's kind of like Vietnam. It's like Gundam in Vietnam.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you watched it?
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's
First
it's cool because it's very small scale as opposed to the typical like space opera stuff that Gundam is.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they don't commit completely to that, but it's still cool seeing like the life of a soldier like on the ground in a Gundam war, and it like fighting in the middle of a jungle at night when you're used to fighting in space.
Yeah.
Like having to learn how to all that stuff. There's some cool different stuff in there. So it was only 12 episodes, I think.
My favorite is probably Zeta, honestly. Camille Bidan was Shinji before Shinji.
Zeta, I've not watched Zeta. I want to watch War in the Pocket. I think I want to see that one. I started to watch Unicorn, the most recent version of it, where this is originally like 7 hour-and-a-half long episodes. I think they did a new run where it's 22 episodes, 30-minute episodes. And man, that's got some animation in it too. Fuck. That's an anime with a budget. But yeah, I've kind of been on anime kick lately, especially because I've seen some good stuff. So it is not. I was soured on it, and but I've seen some good stuff, and I'm a little more.
Yeah.
A little more into it. I'll do my kick for a little bit. Yeah, I definitely recommend Academia for anyone like looking for a new one to watch.
This is a true story.
I'm trying to think. Like I tried. God, there was this one I watched. Ooh, I mean, this was probably early 2000s, called Gasaraki. And that one, I got through the first episode and I didn't like it back then. And I tried it again now, maybe thinking it was just slower and it just didn't grab me like every other thing did back then.
Yeah.
There's a reason behind his actions.
A couple more episodes to see, because I've heard good things. It's just one of those ones that I'm just like, man, it opens so slow and not particularly interesting, but
yeah.
Oh good, I can't skip this. Okay, holy crap.
You don't want to watch these people on a rock talk to each other?
Nope. As fascinating as it seems, and I'm sure as much as they paid the writers to come up with this fascinating dialogue, it's definitely not a strong point.
Why don't we catch our breath?
Oh, sweet God Almighty! Yeah, this looks like PS2 stuff.
It really does, and I don't want to sound snobby. Like it just really does not look like a current gen.
Maybe I should have read.
Yeah, fuck it. Like I could see level 5 really putting this on the PS2.
I mean, this is I don't even think. I think Rogue Galaxy had better animation than this.
I mean, yeah, Rogue Galaxy.
Yeah, say what you will about Rogue Galaxy. Looks-wise, it was great.
Yeah, for sure. That's what drew me to it initially. It's kind of like the first thing that'll make you really pay attention to the game in the first place, really, the art direction. I feel like it's a really key part to designing a game. Catching someone's eye with.
Yeah. And something that'll keep me going through like a middling RPG is a good soundtrack, but I don't think Rogue Galaxy's soundtrack was that great, honestly.
You mustn't push yourself too hard.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. I don't really remember it at all.
Yeah, there's like
Then again,
two songs. I have the soundtrack, and there's like 2 songs in there that I liked, and I was like, that have like kind of stuck with me, but like not enough that I can even think about them off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Sweet God, there is so little like anything in this game.
Yeah.
Man, we should have done Salt and Sanctuary. Holy crow! Oh my God, this is awful.
We could still do Salt and Sanctuary if you want to.
Kind of running thin on time, and at this point, patience. Because, God, this is not good. Okay, so we've been doing this now for 27 minutes, and I'd say I've probably played a total of maybe 7 of those.
Alright, another cut. Yeah, let's get that cutscene.
Skipping that. Oh my God. I am pressing options and X to skip scene more than I am actually pressing an attack button. So this is the 4th time now I've done this since the last action sequence. 5th time now.
Seems like a bad game, Jason.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is not a good game. Now I will say this, like, the soundtrack's kind of catching me. I'm not saying like crazy, but it sounds like it's better than it deserves, really. Oh, sweet God Almighty!
This has been a good taste of Valkyria Revolution.
Yeah, I think I just talked everybody out of getting this. Even myself. This might be going to GameStop.
That damage has been done already.
Oh, there's a story character. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I'm thinking, like, this looks like Phantasy Star Universe level.
The game came out like what? 2001?
No. Universe, not online.
Oh.
And Universe was a 360 and PS2.
Okay. When did PSO come out? 99?
Oh, I'd say like 2000 maybe? Let's see.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, the anime
Okay.
talk was fun.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't we just kill this thing, because I mean this has just been an unmitigated disaster, and if we can't get the podcast to work tomorrow, why don't we plan on doing the Long Dark? I'll get the setup going because I won't have the kids in the house, and we'll do the Long Dark. Maybe that'll be interesting.
That actually sounds like a very, very good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get someone else on with us too.
Yeah. Because this game's a clunker. Hey, look, there's somebody on now watching. Finally, just as we're wrapping this piece of shit up.
Yeah.
Hey there,
Don't buy this game.
viewer. Yeah, don't. We have been streaming this now for 30 minutes now, and I've probably played a total of 7 minutes of actual like combat.
What's the matter?
Maybe he's already has bought it, and he's actually one of those defenders of this game. We're actually offending him, right?
Oh, I'm sorry if that's the case.
My
Yeah,
apologies.
for many different reasons. Or I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oop. Oh no. Okay, got pressing the X button too fast there. So yeah. So I think tomorrow we'll do the Long Dark if we can't get the podcast going, because I think that might actually be entertaining. Is there anything I can do here? No, just save, and I don't think I need to worry about saving, honestly, because I don't think I'm going to come back to this.
Oh, you're not? You're not gonna pick
Oh, look, they're gone. Okay, I talked them out of it. Good for them. Smart move.
Yeah.
So
$60. This is $60, right?
I think it was 60 or 50. I got it on Amazon, and it was, on that 20% thing, so it was like, $48 for me, which I could have, bought 14 things on Steam with.
Yep.
Yep. Yep, I could have put that in my Panzer Dragoon Saga fund.
Oh, I didn't know that fund was getting built.
Oh, it wasn't, but I think that probably would have been a smarter move. Would have been a smarter move. I would have been maybe a tenth of the way there for a loose copy with that.
Yeah, that's a hell of a fun.
Yeah. Although I did just spend like $600 on my Switch and everything I've bought for it in the last like 3 days I've owned it. So I mean, yeah.
You could. That seems more justifiable than on one game for the
Oh.
Sega Saturn.
Yeah, no, completely. But you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I'm just saying it's not like I've been chintzy with money. And I mean, I did just spend like 200 and something on a Neo Geo Pocket Color just because it was Ogre Battle themed. So.
Alright. Well, that's gonna do it for our show. On that note.
Yeah, clearly we have a lot going on with this game. So yeah. Anyway, why don't you go ahead and say goodbye to the people there, John? I'll let you wrap this thing up.
That's been another wonderful game night. I'm glad we watched this game.
Yep.
I'm gonna go watch Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go play Blaster Master Zero. That's fun. Yeah. All right. Goodbye, people. I'm sorry we did this to you. I'm sorry I did this to us, actually.